Hey, welcome to the show, and today I want to talk to you about film holders. These film holders are 5 by 7 inches and 13 by 18 centimeters. They're very similar in size, but they're not exactly the same. 5 by 7 nowadays is the one you find easier, but you can still find 13 by 18 in Europe in black and white. Color is a hard choice in 5 by 7 or 13 by 18, but you can get some custom cut 5 by 7 color film. Slide film is no longer being made. So these two holders are externally exactly the same. So here I have my Ciner 5 by 7 back, which I can open, and you'll see they fit nicely there. That's the T-lock. That's the 5 by 7 film holder, and the 13 by 18 will slide in the same way. Also, it fits perfectly. So that makes 5 by 7 film backs or 13 by 18 film backs, at least the modern backs, compatible with each film holder. As you can see, they are exactly the same width and length, and the T-rib is also at the same distance. Once we remove the dark slides, you can see the changes in the inside. Basically, if you could align this little part here, you can see that here we're flush, but here it's a little less wide. This is the 5 by 7 film holder, this is the 13 by 18 film holder. So it is a smaller picture you're getting on a 5 by 7 compared to 13 by 18. Same thing if we align the inside of the film holder, which is going to hold your film flat. You can see here it's flush, and here the 5 by 7 is a little smaller. Also, I feel the length is a little smaller on the 5 by 7 compared to 13 by 18, but I have no way to measure that. But now, if we grab the 13 by 18 film and the 5 by 7 film and flip it around so we can see the color, and I put one on top of the other, you can see that it's not only less wide on the 5 by 7, but also shorter in the long part. So 5 by 7 is a smaller in both dimensions compared to a 13 by 18. What happens here now is if we try to buy 13 by 18 holders or 5 by 7 holders and try to interchange the film, you see what's going to happen. I'm going to put the 13 by 18 in its own holder. So I lift the flap, slide the film, and that fits in there nicely. Now I would put the flap back down, put the dark slide inside, and we would be ready to shoot. But if I try to put the 5 by 7 film, basically it will fit. And it goes in all the way. There's a bit more space on the length as I told you, but on the width, look what happens. If I try to lift it up, it will come out. That is because the side by side, it wiggles. You probably can shoot like this, and a lot of people do that, but I wouldn't trust the fact that maybe your film could come out and you would lose your focus. So 5 by 7 film will fit on a 13 by 18 film holder, but it will be able to fall out. So now, the other way around, we put the 13 by 18 film holder on the side, grab the 5 by 7 film holder, we lift the flap, we slide the 5 by 7 film. As you can see, it's nice and tight in there. And that would be it. That would be ready to shoot, dark slide inside, and then you're ready. But now if I try to fit that 13 by 18 on this 5 by 7, it won't even go in. That slight difference won't let you push your film inside. You would have to not only trim it on this side, but also in the length. So that way you could fit your 13 by 18 on a 5 by 7 film holder. So now when we go to buy film, you will see that, for example, Foma film says 13 by 18. Ilford will say 5 by 7, no centimeters. Then we grab a box of old Velvia 50, which is no longer made, and the size says 5 by 7, and it also says 12.7 centimeters by 17.8 centimeters. This is actually the size of a 13 by 18 film sheet. It's 12.8 by 17.8. Just what the box said was 5 by 7, but now we grab our 5 by 7 and it's 12.6 by 17.7. That's why this 13 by 18, which is actually 12.8 by 17.8, would not fit in here. So if you want to buy your film holders and you want to shoot this size, do make sure you're buying the film holders and the film size, which is exactly the same. I recommend you stick to 5 by 7 film holders and 5 by 7 film, which you can find in Europe and in the States and anywhere in the world. And if you want to buy 13 by 18 because they're cheaper in Europe, you can buy Foma and Ilford film easily in stores like Maco Direct or Photo Impex or any of those other stores in Europe. But I recommend it's easier to just go to one you can find anywhere you are. So after recording about 13 by 18 and 5 by 7, I went ahead and I loaded my film holders and I shot that weekend. I developed my film and I did try to load some 5 by 7 on 13 by 18 holders to see what would happen. And I shot 13 by 18 on normal 13 by 18 holders. This is 5 by 7. The top side has the edge of the film holder. The sides have the same equal distance and the bottom has a little bit of a distance too. This means that when you're going to contact print or print your picture, you do have space to decide if you want to crop or just do a full frame and show the corners of the negatives. But when we go grab a negative shot on the 13 by 18, you can see there's like a slight slanted edge here. There's no edge on this side. And then there's a bit of an edge here on the bottom too. You can see there's no edge and then it starts covering a bit of the frame. On the top, it's not aligned. This will make for a sloppy contact print if you want to contact print your pictures. If you're just going to scan or you're going to crop the picture inside the frame, you're fine. You can probably shoot this kind of film in this kind of film holder. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video.